Hey guys, so today I'm doing something a little different again, and I'm doing a how to cream contour video. So I showed you from bare skin up to face powder, and yeah, if you'd like to see this makeup look, I'll have it linked below, but I'm showing you like the products I use, the techniques I use, things like that. So if you've ever wondered how to cream contour, please keep watching. So you always want to start out with a nice base. So I'm taking the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. This is like a mixture of a moisturiser and a primer, so you can either use one or the other or both, or get like a mixed product like this. So I'm just taking that on a brush and just going to put this on my face. So I have 3 different cream contouring products here. Obviously there's tons out on the market. So you generally go between creams and sticks. You can also use liquids, but you don't find as many of those. The one stick one I have is the Colourpop ones. I don't actually know if these are available anymore, but these are the sculpting sticks. I have the shade New Renaissance. I find these are a lot better blended out the brush. I actually really love this brush for that when I use my primer. It's the MAC 130. But these do blend away to pretty much nothing. Like, it looks a little scary going on, but once you start blending it, it really just like blends just really nicely. Obviously that's on my dry skin, so it's sticking a little better. But yeah, that's one product you could go for. I know Clinique have like their chubby sticks, and Smashbox has their little pencils as well. Then I have 2 contour palettes. So the first one is the designer brand contour kit, which looks like this. So this is similar to the Smashbox ones with the 3 shades. So you have a like matte highlight shade. I don't particularly like this in this palette. Then have the contour, which as you can see I love, and the highlight, which I also really love. It's like an illuminating, like the shimmery highlight. And I think this is around the $12 to $15 mark, so it's really affordable. And then we have the one I'm going to use today, which is the Australis AC ON TOUR Cream Contour and Highlighting Kit. This looks like that. So this is more along the lines of the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. Have a yellow, a peach, a pink, a really neutral light brown, a warm medium brown, and a darker brown. I do find these are a little too warm toned for my liking, but these are really creamy, really nice, and they blend pretty easily, so yeah. This is one I'm going to use today. So I'm just going to go ahead and do foundation and concealer, and then we'll move on to this. For foundation, I'm taking the Bourjois Healthy Mix Anti-Fatigue Foundation in Vanilla, and I'm going to mix it with some Australis Matchmaker Lightning Drops, just because it's a little bit dark on me at the moment. So with cream contouring, you can go a little lighter with your foundation, because obviously it's going to bronze it up, putting the colour around. So that's my foundation done. I will say, if you don't have very problematic skin, you don't need to use concealer as well. I have like a few spots and dark circles, so I'm going to cover them with concealer. But otherwise the contour and highlights will cover a little bit more of your complexion, so just keep that in mind. I'm just going to take the Too Faced Blonde Spray Concealer in Very Fair and just put this on a few little problem areas. To apply the cream to my face, I like to take just a flat concealer brush. I have like my no brand one, and this one's the concealer brush by TBX. So I'm going to use this one to highlight and this one to contour. So starting off with highlighting, I'm going to mix the yellow and the pink shade today, just to like make my own peachy shade. And yeah, so you can highlight in your eye area. Go down the bridge of your nose, a little on the forehead, cupid's bow, chin. Then I just take my foundation sponge and blend everything in. If you want it to be a little more creamy and easier to blend, especially if you have dry skin, you can add a little bit of facial oil into it. I tend to use the Tarte Maracuja oil. I've never tried that with this palette, but that's what I usually do with the designer brand one. but this one blends pretty easily. And because my skin can tend to get a little bit oily. Then for the contour, you can pick whichever colour you like. I'm actually going to do this in 2 steps. So first I'm taking this shade here, which is like the lighter neutral toned colour, just on another one of these brushes. And I'm kind of going to use this more like a bronzer. So I'm going to start just mapping out where this would all go. This one's lighter, so you can be a little more heavy-handed. So you do like down your cheekbone, dots around your perimeter. I do a little dot under my lip. Take the edge of the brush and just line your nose. A little on the bottom of the nose. Then again, just taking the same sponge and start just blending it out. You want to blend upwards as well, so take it from that point and pull it up. You can blend with a brush or a sponge, either way works. I'm now going to take the dark shade over here. And this one's obviously a lot darker, so you don't need it as much. But I'm just going to be a little more specific with where I place this. So I'm just doing one little dot on the temple. And then a smaller line under the cheekbones. Mine's a little longer, but... And then also some small dots on the nose. And blend. You can also flip it over to the foundation side and kind of like cover it a little bit more, if that helps. I'm actually going to get back to the first colours and just clean up my contour a little bit. Just in case you brought the colour a little too low. If you would like to, you can then take a cream highlight. Obviously that Australis palette doesn't come with one, but they do have liquid highlights. They have their new liquid highlights in these bottles. I don't know if they still have these or that's the new formula, but I have the Highlights Mineral Face Highlighter here. So I'm just going to take a pump on the back of my hand. And I don't know if you can see, but it's just like pretty. This is pearl, they also have gold. And yeah, just take your sponge, lightly tap it in the product, or if it's cream you can just like swirl it in there. And then start highlighting. Now the most important step is to set everything with a translucent powder. So there's tons out there. Today I'm just going to use the CoverGirl True Blend translucent powder. Just like this. So it's pretty much like just like no colour. Because that way everything will show through, but it'll be set and won't smudge or move around. So I'm actually just going to take my sponge and just make sure there's no creasing. I know my eyelids and under my eyes can get a little creasy. You can also just take a brush if you wanted to. And how I like to do it is take a flat brush and just pack a little bit of powder under the eye. This is just how I always set my eyes. Obviously, if you're into baking, you can bake with a translucent loose powder and your sponge. And then I take a big fluffy brush and just lightly dust over the rest of my face. So obviously that highlight isn't quite as intense as some, so you can kind of just see a sheen through the skin. But yeah, you can still see the definition in the cheeks and everything. So then you can go on and do your brows, eyes, lips and blush if you like, and then you're done. It's a great way to just look super natural and still have definition in your skin. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face and I'll be back. So that is my finished look. If you'd like to see a tutorial on this makeup look, I'll have it linked below. So I hope I've been able to help someone out with cream contouring today. If this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and comment below any other how-to videos you'd like to see. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you're all having a great day and I'll see you in my next video.